What is going on, everybody? Of course, let's get out of here. Someone's mowing the grass or something. If somebody wasn't sitting there mowing the grass, that was maybe a really good spot, but let's go find somewhere else to go. Alright guys, so I think this video is going to be shot right about here. So I've had this idea for this video for a while now, and I've really been thinking about one true thing that I would change about my GTI if I could. And because of the fact that I'm just under 50,000 miles, I'm going to be hitting 50,000 miles in 2 years of ownership coming up in October, I figured now would be the time to make this proclamation. And I think this one thing could actually make a really, really big difference, make the GTI game changer. So let's have a little chat. So like I said, I've had my GTI for almost 2 years now, and I'm coming up on almost 50,000 miles traveled in this vehicle. And it's just kind of mind-blowing. I've had one other brand new car, and I got rid of that when it had, I think, 25,000 miles on it. That was a 2015 Jeep Wrangler. But anyways, let me tell you exactly what I think about the GTI. I think it is the most fun, practical, reliable, modern vehicle that somebody that has the wants of performance, but might have a family, but might have to take stuff from point A to point B to whatever their needs are, could be met with this vehicle and be very satisfied with this vehicle. Now, I've talked to you guys about this before. I'm only 25 and I've had like 6 cars, and I get bored with cars real easily, and for some reason this thing has stuck around for 2 years. I know that doesn't sound like a long time, but that's the longest I've ever owned my car. And over this time period, I've come to want one thing with my GTI. Now, what I'm about to say, some people are going to be like, Russell, you can get that in a different model of a Golf. And I think with what I just said, a lot of you are going to realize what I wish I could change about the GTI, and I know there's certain people out there that are going to completely agree, and then some that are going to completely disagree. So, without further ado, without me putting it off anymore, let me just tell you guys. The one thing I really wish my Mark 7 GTI had would be all-wheel drive. And let me explain, because I know a lot of people are saying, like, Russell, like, what are you talking about? You can get an all-wheel drive Golf and a Golf R. Here's my rebuttal to that. I don't think the Golf R and the GTI are on the same level. And let me explain. The GTI is basically the mid-level Golf in the Golf range. You have the normal Golf, the GTI, then the Golf R. But the GTI has been its own thing for so long, has been such an icon, has been something that has shaped and molded the world of the hot hatch industry, that I think this thing has a lot more personality, a lot more history, and a lot more ties to Volkswagen. You really get the family feeling, you know. It's so cool seeing like a late like 70s, early 80s, which somebody's probably gonna be like, God, they don't even make GTIs in the 70s. Like, I don't remember, like late 70s, I think, is the first one. Looking back at those and thinking, man, that was, what, 40 years ago, and they're still producing these cars today, and people are still buying them, and they're still making them in manual transmissions as of right now. I don't think the Golf R offers the same thing, you know? I really don't. I like the Golf Rs, and I like the looks, I like the side skirts, but it's just more of a grown-up feel, you know what I mean? I think that it's supposed to be more of an would you get out of here? It's supposed to be more on the level of like an Audi, where this thing, at least for me, inspires, or it just shouts youth and fun and carefree, and you know, how people live their life. And I've said this before, and it's super cliche, but it's like the GTI lifestyle, or the GTI isn't just a brand, it's a lifestyle. And Volkswagen, and it just goes, I feel like the GTI has a lot of ties to the good old days, like the Bug and like the bus and that kind of stuff, you know, like hippie kind of things. You know, I would love to put like a roof rack on this and put some surfboards on it. If I lived near the ocean, that'd be really, really cool, and if I knew how to surf. And I think that the Golf R has more ties to like Audi, and I see the Golf R being more of a mature vehicle, which it's funny, I've gone through stages of cars and I've wanted different things, and I always kind of wanted something like a little bit more mature when I was like getting a little bit older. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get something that's a little bit more mature. People don't think, oh, it's some punk kid with a backwards hat and fake Ray-Bans on. But here I am, that's me. Maybe in the future I'll have a Golf R. I think it's really cool seeing like guys like maybe in their 50s have a Golf R, or somebody that might have like an old 911 air-cooled Porsche, and then they daily like a Golf R. But I would love to have all of what I just talked about, the ties to Volkswagen and the feelings that I get from the GTI in all-wheel drive. Now, one thing though, the front-wheel drive isn't bad. It's not bad at all. Like, I don't rip this thing like crazy all the time, like, so it's not like I'm understeering in corners and all that stuff. The reason I say that for right now is I live in Western Pennsylvania, and an all-wheel drive GTI variant would be very, very attractive to me, just because of the winters. You know, we get some pretty bad winters. You could put snow tires on a front-wheel drive car and it would do great, but I just wish I could buy an all-wheel drive GTI, not an all-wheel drive Golf R, an all-wheel drive GTI for maybe a couple more $1,000s, not 10 more grand for a Golf R because you're getting a digital dash or all leather or a sunroof or the ground effects, the 19-inch rims. Just give me the all-wheel drive and the GTI and I'll be happy. But anyways, I'll get off that little soapbox, whatever you want to call it. On another note, I'm planning on doing a really big review on the GTI for 50,000 miles. Let you guys know my exact thoughts. If you're thinking about buying one, if you've had bought one, what you can expect at 50,000 miles, especially with being Apr Stage 2 tuned, the reliability I've had, maintenance, blah, 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 blah. So if you guys have any ideas on that stuff, drop me a comment. On a completely different note, I saw something pretty cool the other day, that Toyota Supra is coming back, and I saw it compared to a like an FRS and GT86 right now. They're almost exactly the same size. I had read an article on, I think it was Motor Trend, something like that, that they're thinking about bringing back either a Celica or an MR2, and the rendering of the MR2 basically just looked like a Miata variant, which is understandable if they could get into something quickly like that that already has a platform built and they can just conspire with Mazda and do whatever they want. But the one thing that was super interesting to me was they were talking about an all-wheel drive coupe, as in referencing like a Celica All-Track or a GT4, which would be awesome. That would be so freaking cool. There's not many all-wheel drive coupes out there right now. I'm sure somebody's going to reprimand me on that. If you're getting into all-wheel drive coupes, it's pretty expensive. I mean, they're usually luxury brands. They're usually really big coupes. It's not like a little FRS with four-wheel drive, like all-wheel drive. That'd be so cool, so cool, and that would be definitely something I would be interested in. It's funny because like I get on like Auto Trader or Bring a Trailer or Craigslist, and I'm looking for an old all-track, like a JDM all-track or a JDM GT4, and I think that'd be really, really cool. So let me know what you guys are thinking about that too. That'd be pretty neat. But anyways, guys, seriously, the one thing I would change about this bad boy here, give me all-wheel drive. It doesn't really matter though, because it's not like I'm gonna buy another GTI anytime soon. I'm gonna pay the thing off and put 1,000,000 miles on it. But in other news, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, if you didn't, thumbs down, drop me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you guys next time. Everybody loves this C10. We're gonna make more content with it, so, alright, peace.